In today's video, we're going to be talking about an on-camera microphone that is extremely affordable. I've talked about its predecessor before, the Takstar sgc-600, and I said it might be the best video microphone for YouTube under $50. Well, they just came out with another one, the sgc-600, and we're going to talk about that right now. Thanks again for checking out the channel. My name is Anthony and I make videos that I hope will teach and inspire you to make better videos. If that's something you're into, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. If you find anything useful in this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Now, I've done a little bit of research on the sgc-600 and it looks like they've made some improvements on the old version, but I've actually got it in the background right there, so I'm just gonna go grab it. This is it. Upside down. Little instruction manual. Okay. Oop. You guys ever use these silica gels for anything? I throw them in my gym bag. This is much, much smaller than the sgc-600. This is the old sgc-600, and this is the sgc-600. Look at that. That profile difference. All of the knobs on the sgc-600 are on the side. The indicator light is on the back, which is good because that's where you're going to be looking when the microphone is on the camera. You're not going to be looking on the side a whole lot to see what's going on. Also, where you put the battery in on the sgc-600 is right here on the side. And I found that getting the battery in and out is actually pretty difficult. They fixed that issue on the 600, putting the battery insert right here. You got your on-off high-pass filter, and it's a -10, 0 dB, and +10 gain control. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, I don't think you'd want to go around without the original protector here. The wire is still attached to the microphone, so if you're gonna be using it in tough situations and using it a lot, be careful with the wire, because if you bust the wire, you're gonna have to buy a new microphone. It's cheap though. It's $33 I think on Amazon right now, so just buy 10 of these and you won't have to worry about it. Let's put a battery in this. It's still kind of difficult to tell which way the battery goes in. I guess I'll just try it and see. I'm gonna put the positive in up. Let's see what that does. Oh, that's it. Now, when it comes to buying a microphone for your camera, you've got to think about a few different things. Number one, to me, is audio quality. Does it sound good? You've got to think about pickup pattern. Does it pick up the way that you want it to pick up? Now, these shotgun mics are super directional, so these shotgun mics are not going to pick up a whole lot from the side, or they might pick up a little bit from the back, but not really. It's going to be super muffled. The third thing is durability, and this is built like a toy, honestly. Everything is plastic. The base right here that might be metal. Yeah, that's got to be metal. All right, so the cold shoe mount or hot shoe mount, that is made of metal, and the thread on the inside is also metal, so that's good. But everything else feels like cheap plastic. The shock mount is not actually a shock mount. This is just plastic that is made to look like a shock mount. Let's mount it up and give it a little audio test. Okay, now I've got the sgc-600 hooked up to the camera, and it's just being recorded directly into my Canon 80D, which doesn't have the best audio preamps, but I wanted to give you the same setup that I was using with my Rode VideoMic NTG, which is right here. The shock mounts on this thing are actual shock mounts. In fact, if I unplug the wire here, you can see that you can actually take this microphone completely off of the shock mount. Here it is outside of the shock mount. So right now I'm using the sgc-600, and you guys can tell me what you think of the sound quality of it. I obviously haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to take this off and put back my trusty NTG setup and get back to talking about this microphone. Another thing on this microphone, you do have to remember to turn it off. Although Takstar says that the battery life on this is over 100 hours, I just put a fresh battery in here. If I left it on, it would take longer for the microphone to die than when I want to release this video. Also, most of you guys are going to be using this microphone on your camera, and this is kind of like a studio environment that I'm in right now, so you're getting the best quality that you're going to hear from this microphone. And I want to take it out into a noisy environment. I'm going to be going out to a meeting tomorrow morning, and after that meeting I'll put this mic on the camera and walk around a little bit so you can get a little bit of an idea of some real world noise rejection and how this performs in the environment that you guys would probably be using it in. See you tomorrow. All right, I'm out here in downtown Gulfport, and I've got the mic hooked up to the camera. There's traffic right behind me. There's actually construction going on in the background right now. I'm interested to find out how this microphone is going to react with everything that's going on here, how directional it is. I'm about 1.5 feet from my camera right now. I've got an 11mm on my crop frame sensor camera, and yeah, I'm interested to see it. It's not really windy right now, but there's a corner over here that I'm going to walk to and turn that corner. And as soon as I do, I'm suspecting the wind's going to pick up pretty good. So let's go over there and see how it reacts in the wind with all this traffic too. All right, I'm back at home, and while I was out there, I did the classic YouTuber mistake where I put the camera down and didn't realize that I didn't stop the previous recording, and then when I turned the corner, I hit record again, but I turned the camera off. So anyway, I'm out here in my backyard. My air condition is running right behind my camera, right around the corner there. I've got some traffic noise. There's a highway right behind those bushes, so there's still a lot of noise. It's a moderately windy day today. One of the downsides about this microphone is that it's so small that you might not be able to find a furry that will fit it. I have 2 furries that I'll show you when we go back into the studio, but they're both way too big for this microphone. Let me do one more thing. I'm gonna switch on the high pass filter on this microphone and see if that helps out the wind situation. All right, this is the microphone in a noisy environment with the high pass filter on. Wind is blowing right now. I'm talking through the wind to try to give you a sense of what that sounds like. Here's without me talking. Again, this isn't the best setup because the microphone doesn't have a fluffy on it. Let's go back into the studio, and I want to give you guys kind of my opinions of how this microphone is improved over the SGC-600 and some things that I think they could still improve on. Yeah, this Takstar has actually impressed me quite a lot. First of all, the size. Love the size. I just wish that there was a fluffy that could fit it. These are the 2 fluffies that I have. This one, this larger one, is the one that came with the SGC-600. It can kind of get like that sometimes, and that's super annoying. That's one reason I actually don't like the SGC-600 very much, because it hangs out so far in front of the lens that if you're using a wide enough lens, sometimes you can see the microphone. You won't have that problem with the SGC-600, even though like this is the fluffy that I use with my video mic NTG. But even this one, like you can see the size. The end of the fluffy is actually going to the back of this, and it's not gonna fit right there. You need a fluffy that's gonna fit kind of right here, or maybe you could modify something like this. This is the Roycott model that they sell for the Rode Video Mic NTG. If you're looking for that, I'll put a link in the description where you can buy one. This is kind of a perfect size if you're looking to modify. Some more improvements is the knobs on the back here and the battery insert right here. Some of the things that they could really improve on, it would have been really easy for them to make a detachable wire right here, just a regular TRS wire that you can just plug into the microphone. The biggest thing, I think, is the build quality. If they had built this out of harder plastic and made the shock mounts out of rubber, this would be 100% you should buy it. I didn't really have a whole lot of problems, but I did notice when I was watching that playback that when I touched the camera on the way down, it made this loud booming sound, which I think is an indicator that my suspicions are true, that this isn't really an isolating mount. So you're gonna have to be careful when you touch your camera with this microphone on your camera. If you really wanted to make a shock mount, these pieces would be made of some kind of rubber and the mic would kind of bounce around. I also wish that they had put an LED on the front here. It would be a really easy move to do that, and I think for vloggers and people that like to film themselves, an indicator that the microphone is on would have been super useful. Just remember to turn it on, because it's inevitable you're going to not remember one day, and then you're going to have a take that you can't use because it has no audio. So who's this microphone for, and do I recommend it? Number one, I think it's for people who want to improve the quality of their video by upping their audio game. If you don't own a microphone, or you're using the internal microphones on your phone or on your camera, then you should definitely buy this microphone to improve the quality of that video. Do I recommend this microphone? Absolutely. This is a great starter mic to have if you're a professional that already owns a bunch of cameras, gear, microphones. This is a great backup to have. Highly recommended. It is a quality, professional sounding microphone. It only falls short on the build quality and some of the features that it provides. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. That's it for me. We'll see you in the next video.